Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Koenig here, Property Prep. Really excited to be with you here again for our weekly video on Fridays. We had some great success with our tool review videos, and people have been asking me online and throughout my life, what do you carry in your pockets as a property manager, as a maintenance professional, and it's just an everyday prepared citizen.
What you carrying, my dude?
So I wanted to share that with you today, and I thought that that would be an interesting way to start a conversation down in the comments about what you carry if you're a landlord, a maintenance professional, a construction worker, because I would guess there's some things that we all carry, but then probably some variances on those that are worth a conversation and probably an argument with some of the boomers. We do have an angry boomer who comments on all of our stuff.
Said Mr. Boomer.
His Corvette should be coming out pretty soon. It's starting to get warm here, 70 degrees out. So I'm wearing my lightweight pants. I wear insulated pants in the winter, but I'm wearing these Orbis pants from Costco, and I can't tell you how great they are.
For just $19.95.
I don't think they sell them, unfortunately. We will leave links in the description to all the items that we can find for you for sale in case you want to pick any of them up or if you have any questions. Without further ado, let's talk about what I carry. So I'll start out. On my belt, I carry my keys. I have to access my keys a lot in property management. On my key ring is my RFID for my exercise facility, my house key, my key for the tonneau cover on my truck, which maybe we'll do a truck tour if people are interested in it, the master key for my rental properties, and our post office box key. We do keep all of your master keys. If you choose to use us as your maintenance professional, in a secure place so that you don't have to worry about that. They aren't sitting around on my large key ring. And then I have the key to my Chevy 2500. And I'm keeping this on the Night Eyes double carabiner. And this is a new addition. I believe it's made out of titanium. And I think it's really been the best carabiner I've had.
It's a climber, I guess?
I've tried some of these really, really large climbing carabiners that lock and that don't lock from, I think, Black Diamond and some of the other climbing companies. And they seem really, really big and clunky and seem to draw attention. If you're not a climbing bro or broskette, probably not the best option for you. I've also tried some of the cheap Chinesium carabiners, and they are not gonna hold up to what we do in our industry. And if your keys were to get snagged and you lose them, not only are you not getting home for the day, you've lost some keys that may be a security issue for some of your tenants. So the Night Eyes double carabiner, I will link this below. Just started using this about a month ago, and I could not be happier from what I came from. In my left pocket, let's start with my wallet. I carry a simple wallet.
You're thinking, wow, he's rich.
Which is not even a wallet. It's just a binder clip that we got in our office. You can get them at Office Max for a few cents. I found that this works because I carry a lot of cards because each one of our vendors, such as Home Depot, Menards, Lowe's, the credit card company, I have an Amex card for Amazon and then a Visa card where they don't take it. So really you end up with a ton of cards plus your personal stuff and your insurance card and your ID. So those Ridge wallets or those other fancy wallets I found haven't worked for me. And then a traditional leather wallet, which is great, in your back pocket is an option, but I've found that those really start to hurt your back after a long time driving. And in property maintenance, we spend a lot of time in the truck from job to job. And at some point my back, or I think it's sciatica or whatever they call it, it's just not for me. So I want the wallet in the front pocket and no wallet, just a binder clip. It's a really cheap way to do it, and it's worked for me 100% of the time. In the winter, I wear different pants that have a fifth pocket where I'm able to keep a multi-tool. I keep the SOG Power Punch or Power Pint. I'll link it down below, and that's a really great compact multi-tool. But right now I'm just carrying the Leatherman Micra, which is really tiny. But the advantage to this is that it has the best scissors in the game.
You know you're the best in the game.
And I really use it for only that. I also carry a pocket knife that you'll see in a second that has a nice blade on it. But there is another screwdriver if my main screwdriver breaks. But this is really mostly used for the scissors. And I think it's better to have this than nothing. But when I first started in maintenance and had a tolerance for more weight on my belt, I would carry the Leatherman Wave and then the Wave Plus, which was the, I think the difference between the Wave and the Wave Plus is the Wave Plus has the interchangeable teeth or jaws on the pliers. So that's a great option if you're willing to hip carry something and have the back that still can handle that. The Charge is bigger than the Wave and heavier. That's a more robust one if you're working on heavier duty stuff. I think that's great. It has an interchangeable T-shank blade, which allows you to carry a metal and a wood saw. So you could almost use that as a jab saw for drywall repairs or for opening things up. So I think that would be a great tool if you did maintenance full time and weren't in the truck doing estimating and client meetings like I am for most of my job. So those two are great. And then if you really want to ball out, the new Leatherman Arc with the Magna Cut steel blade. I just bought one of those. I can do a separate video on that. I haven't really put it through all of its paces, but it's really seems to be a beautiful tool. And I think it's on the Free series from Leatherman. So it's got a magnet in it, which makes it one-hand opening, which is really nice when you're in a tough spot or reaching somewhere where you can't get both hands. So Leatherman Micra, great. Not ideal. The SOG item probably better. Belt mounted even better. 3 options there I'll give you. I'll link them all down in the description. And I'm happy to compare them all if you want me to do a standalone video. Just comment down below and we'll do that. That's done with my left pocket. In my right pocket, I carry the Milwaukee Fastback Knife. This is a one-hand deployable razor blade with a second blade that can be stowed here, as well as a Phillips and a slotted screwdriver or standard screwdriver. This is the 1505. We do have a standalone review, which we'll put a card up top for. It's a great knife, a little bit bulky. There is one flaw with the detent that holds in this screwdriver, and I go into that in depth in that video. So after you're done here, head up to that video and check that out because it's not getting as many views as it should. And if it gets a lot of views, maybe we'll get Milwaukee's attention and we can fix this great tool.
Let's focus their attention.
Next in that pocket, we have a Neo Mag. We won't talk about this on YouTube, but this is a device that carries a reload if you're someone who has a CCW permit. The next item in my right pocket is my flashlight. This is an essential when we're under sinks and when we're doing inspections. This is the Streamlight ProTac, I believe in the AAA model. They do make a USB rechargeable one, which I think is superior if you're buying one from new. I'll link both versions down in the description. I had one with an even better patina than this one, totally rubbed silver, and I lost it because of this clip. And this clip is designed for a baseball hat, if you want to use this as a headlamp, which I think is great. I don't like hats. I'm balding gracefully. And I don't use that feature. So if you call Streamlight and you beg them nicely, sometimes they will send you out just a clip that has the termination here and doesn't come back. And this piece is what catches on things as you're walking by and rips the flashlight out of your pocket and you inevitably lose it. So I would definitely switch over to those other clips if you don't intend on using it as a headlamp.
Somebody get me a headlamp.
And if you are keeping this in your pocket and you are in a climate like ours where you get extreme cold and extreme heat, I would definitely switch to a lithium ion battery. Not only does it make this feather light in your pocket and make it much brighter and a longer run time, it also just cuts down on the variability of the battery in different conditions. My main knife blade, which I try not to use unless I really need something sharp because I like it to be perfect.
Sharp enough, huh?
is my Victorinox Bantam. I found this recently online, I think during Black Friday, and it was like 22 bucks. And it's not the best blade steel ever, but it's pretty incredible and it's wafer thin. It's got a great Swiss Army knife blade, like when we were kids, and it's also got their multi-tool, which includes a can opener, a wire stripper, and a flat blade screwdriver. So in a crunch, I think this is pretty much all you need, and it weighs ounces and is incredibly sharp, and it's something that I would recommend. If you want something with a touch more capability, maybe try the Cadet. I'll link both of those in the description as well. And I can also do a pocket Victorinox shootout if you're interested in that. In addition to the multi-tool shootout, which I have quite a collection of these as well. So this is in the ALOX version, which allows it to be really, really thin. The ALOX is the aluminum version, not the traditional red plastic or that you would see with Victorinox. Last in this pocket is a cigarette lighter. This is a Bic, the tried and true. Wrapped it with duct tape. Gorilla tape is better. I just had this stuff sitting around from hunting, and it is great because you can roll on a yard or two, and not only is it flammable if you ever need a flame extender to start a fire, it also can be used for repairs, which is what we use this for most of the time in the field. It still stays sticky if you keep it rolled onto itself, and becoming less and less necessary to have this because no one smokes anymore, and there aren't any standing pilot furnaces that we encounter that often. It's pretty rare that a boiler or furnace needs to be lit manually, but back in the day, we all had to carry a lighter and burn our hands on those if we didn't have one of those really long lighters that you would use for a barbecue or a campfire. But a lighter, you should really always have a way to make a fire. I think that's it for my front pockets. My back pocket, I have my iPhone. I use the OtterBox case. I tried some of the generic cases. I just don't think they're as good as this one is. This one is, I think, 40 or 50 bucks, but it's worth it when the phone starts to be more than $1,000. I cracked my phone the first day I had it. It dropped right onto a rock, and it was $600 to repair the screen. So I went from my $15 case to this $50 case, and knock on wood, it hasn't happened again. So I would spend the extra money because I don't buy the insurance. I like to live on the edge. So this is my iPhone in an OtterBox. If you're an Android user, that's a little odd, but sound off in the comments. We'll make fun of you. What else do I have? Oh, I've got a handkerchief in my back pocket. Whatever kind floats your boat. Not only does it make you look like a cool hipster from Seattle, but it also has a lot of applications in our industry, from wiping your brow, cleaning up a little bit of water in the bottom of a sink base, checking for leaks, an improvised tourniquet, number of uses. If you want to see a top 10 uses for a handkerchief in property management and in life, I'd be happy to do that video, and I'd really like to. So someone please ask for it in the comments. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to pretend like you did next time I make it. So handkerchief is great. Whatever color you want is cool. How do we carry all this stuff? If you're carrying a device, this is a crossbreed holster. And you know what that is. Carry that at 4 o'clock.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
But a great belt is also an essential. If you're carrying tools, or if you're carrying any sort of large amount of weight, including your Leatherman, you really want something that holds its shape. If you notice, this belt is not going anywhere. And this is the old, before they went to polymer, Aries Gear Aegis belt, I believe. And the only problem with this belt, I would get the thinner one unless you're going to combat. The thinner one is great, but these keepers are not tethered, and they sometimes fall off, and they don't give you free ones, even though I believe the belt is a lifetime warranty. So they charge you for these, and it sucks. So when you take it off, make sure you don't lose this little piece. But I know a bunch of YouTubers are shilling for other belt companies. I haven't seen anyone shilling for this, or even know if they're still in business, but this is really a bomber belt. I've had this for going on 10 years, I think, and I have 2 of them, and I wear them every day. So I couldn't think of a better belt to have. This one's probably ready to be changed out. So we'll see if they're still in business. I think that's all I carry. I've got a lot more in my truck. We have a great video that's really had a great response about the tools that I keep in my truck. We'll link that up above or down below, and I'd love for you to check that out and compare it to what you're carrying. I'd love to hear what you carry differently from us in our job, and maybe we'll have some of the other guys who work for us do a pocket dump for you. This is mine. It's probably not the sexiest one, but it gets my task done every day, and it's light on weight. You know, things that I wish that I could incorporate are probably a full-size multi-tool. I carried that when I was younger, and my back just doesn't support it anymore. It would be great to be able to carry a tourniquet like a rat's in case you get hurt in the field. I carry one in my truck. You know, people always make fun of people who say, you know, this and that is in my truck because it's not on you, you're not going to use it. But I just can't find a way to carry a tourniquet that I like well. I know they're the ankle things, but those get in the way when you're working manual labor all day. Some people like those rat's tourniquets. You can put them in your belt, but I just think that that's uncomfortable, and I'm working for 10, 12 hours a day, and that's just not sustainable. So sound off if you found a better way. But yeah, if you're missing a tourniquet, missing a, maybe some guys like a fancier knife, razor blades are great for me because the majority of what I do is opening packages. So happy to have you here with us on Friday. We do this every Friday. I want you to like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell, and you'll hear from us every Friday for a long form video and at least every Tuesday for a short form video, and we're working on more than one a week. So look out for that in the next month, maybe a few more. So thanks for joining us today, and we appreciate your viewership. So humbled on our road to 500, and we're almost there. So share this with a friend and get us over the 500 mark. It would really mean a lot to me. Thanks, bye.